Alright folks, welcome back. Right, okay. This is a kind of touchy subject with some people, but I might talk about it. So, it's in the record and it's by some dude called Charlie Gall. I think he's got a bit of a gall writing this way, but let's wait and see. It says here, 25 men in Alabama passed strict law banning abortion with no exceptions for rape or incest. The strictest laws of their type anywhere in the US were passed by an all-white group of male Republicans. Alright, okay. So, you sound a bit racist there, Charlie. You know, you're identifying that they're white, so you sound like a racist. So, let's move on and see what he's all about. Because obviously he doesn't agree with it. So, politicians in the Bible Belt state sent a bill imposing the strict legislation on terminations for Governor Kay Ivey's approval. The only exception would be if the pregnancy puts the woman's life at risk. Right, okay. Of the 27 Republican senators who dominate the 35-seat Alabama Senate, 25 voted to pass the draconian bill. 22 voted to prevent making exceptions for cases of rape or incest. Many female lawmakers described the passage of the Alabama bill as an assault on women's rights and an unconstitutional attempt to revert to a time of DIY abortions. It is feared it will disappropriately affect black and poor women, those more likely to seek abortions and less likely to be able to fund a termination out of state. Well, this is coming in the wings of the New York state passing a law which is the exact opposite of this, in which a guy called Cuomo, he's the governor in New York, he helped pass a bill, and believe this one or not, he helped pass a bill that will allow a baby to be terminated at 9 months. To kill a baby at 9 months. And see, when that bill was passed, they were all cheering. Can you fathom that? I listened to a conference that was secretly recorded of doctors that perform abortions. And some of them were telling sort of anecdotal kind of stories about, I would be doing this procedure and an eye would fall out. A baby's eye would come out. And they were all laughing. Now, there's something wrong there. I think there's something definitely wrong. You know, there is arguments for and against, but when people start talking that way, and people like Charlie Gall here, he doesn't care about that. Charlie Gall should be taken into an operating theatre when they pull a baby out, and he should be told to stand there and hold it for 5 minutes and stare at it, and we could make his eyes stay open with sticks. Right? You know, I watched a woman, when Donald Trump was elected, I watched a woman on a day show, a women's day show, say, oh God, we better get our abortions quick. Instead of being on the pill, instead of having, some form of birth control. And that's what abortions have become. It's like birth control. Kill the baby. Kill a baby. Some are actually saying now that, well, life really doesn't begin until you're born. Well, I've got news for you. Life begins at conception. That's when life begins. When it takes on a life of its own. Now, when you're born, you become a citizen. But let's not kid ourselves. And I don't know how these people can actually kill babies. How do you kill an 8-month-old baby? Have you seen an 8-month-old baby? And the liberal left say, oh, but it's not really formed yet at 24 or 36 or 48 weeks. It's not really a person. I'm afraid it is. And, a lot of people think this way. We understand you know, situations where things like this happen and people get terminations. But to pass a law in New York that you can abort a fetus at up to 9 months is criminal behaviour. And any doctor that does that should be arrested and done for murder. And I would execute him for that. And that's really the way I feel about it. And I'm not talking about early terminations if absolutely necessary, but isn't some sort of form of bloody birth control for women who forget to take the pill? You know, if you forget to take the pill, stop having sex, bitch, or guy, scumbag guy, right? Get a condom. I don't have any sympathy for people that get themselves caught up in that. You don't just go and have an abortion because I forgot to take the pill. You know, it's sick. And people like Charlie Gall there, who's obviously thinks he's a journalist. He's just a reporter. He's a virtue signalling scumbag, as far as I'm concerned, because he's bringing up the fact that it's men and they're white, so he's a racist. You know? So he's highlighting the Bible Belt because the people are religious. So he's obviously some sort of mad atheist. You know? Now, Charlie, you should be educated. Anyway, folks, if you like the content, hit the like button and subscribe.